Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the elect. I ain't gonna make this lesson too long. Just a quick, note on with Maduro and Trump, right? Now, we know Trump is an Edomite, right? And Maduro, he from, most likely from the tribe of Asha, right? The so-called Venezuelans. So Esau, right? He has been keeping an eye, and he has always been keeping an eye on, the Israelites. The scriptures say what the wicked watch the righteous and seek it how to slay him, right? And in particularly, he wants to target the elect, right? But ultimately, all of Israel is a target for this man, right? So, in the year 2013, Maduro made his first statement stating that he is a descendant of the real Jews, right? He claimed that his grandparents was indeed of the descendants of Jews, and that later down, they converted to Christianity, right? And that was the first statement that he made in, being, a Jew, right? An Israelite. And he made this statement more than once, all right? The first time was in 2013, and then he made it a couple of times, spaced out throughout the years. He made statements about, his beliefs in being, being a descendant of the Jews. And he even called out them, them rats, them Israelis. He even called them out, and making a statement that, all right, they are not the real Jews, right? They are not the real people of that land. And Esau has been having an eye on him for a long period of time, right? This is not something that this man just come up with to do Maduro, all right? They plan to capture this man for a lot of reasons, all right? And as I said, them over there, those so-called Venezuelans, they are Israelites. They are from the tribe of Asher, right? And Esau don't want us to wake up and know who we are, okay? He's about hiding the truth. He's about covering up, nationalities, right? With lies. So I'll start in the book of Micah chapter 2, and I'll read at verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that's right. And now he wants to take Maduro out from Venezuela and claim to be running it now. You understand? And he has the power to do that. Because why? Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So he could do that, right? But the time of his rulership is coming to an end. You understand? Esau cannot hide forever, right? Prophecy has to be fulfilled, right? The scripture said, then shall the wicked be revealed, right? The son of perdition, roughly paraphrasing. Esau is going to be revealed. Everybody's going to know that he was the devil that the Bible speaks of, that they are not the people of the Lord. They're going to find out, right? The second verse, and they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And they oppressing, Venezuela right now with that oil. All right, they're coveting Venezuela because, they have a good resource of oil, right? So they're going to use an excuse, all right, to make the actions to be justified, right? Because look at Mexico. Mexico is like the number one place where, a lot of drugs is being involved, all right? You understand? And you have a lot of drug cartels, running down there in Mexico. All right, Trump himself even said it. Right, he said, it's the cartels that run Mexico. Right, but why you ain't going to try to help them? Why you looking to go across there in Venezuela? Right. So that is just to show you that Esau, he has a problem, with Jake. All right. So eventually everybody is going to know that Esau is the devil, and that he is the one who's ruling the earth right now, that he is the wicked, right? They are going to know. From there, I want to go in the book of I will go in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 6. I'll start at verse 5. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Alright, and that's what Esau do, right? Because back then, in the ancient times, alright, we were more, separated, right? We were more separated, but now Esau is in power. He's trying to gather all nations together, right? And ultimately, he's going to try to, make his new world order fully accomplished, but he's going to fail, right? When he is about to fill his belly, then the Lord is going to bring that judgment upon him, right? He's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, like it says in the book of Revelation, 13 and 16, if I'm not mistaken, right? So he's going to try to cause all nations, in particularly the nation of Israel, right? Because don't feel Esau stupid. He knows the prophecies. He knows what's written in the scriptures, that the nation of Israel is going to rule next, right? That's why it tells you in the book of Revelation 12 and 12, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down on you, having great wrath, because you know that you have but a short time, right? He's seeing all these prophecies, right? He's seeing the men of the Lord on the streets preaching his downfall, right? They are seeing chariot sightings all over the world, right? They have the eyes in the clouds, and they're seeing chariots, right, appearing more and more. So, hey, they are being afraid. So when that time come, he ain't gonna spare nobody, right? He's gonna come down with great wrath, because you know after that he will never rule again, right? So Esau is afraid of prophecy, right? Esau is afraid, right? The sixth verse: shall not all these things take up a parable against him? Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's Esau, always stuff in his face, always taking something that don't belong to him, right? That's these devils. Even though they have enough what the heart could desire, them eyes just burn to see others have. That them alone must have, right? Them alone must have. You must not have anything. That is the mindset of Esau, right? Esau is a greedy bastard. And the Lord is getting ready to take him out of power real soon. Right? So this was just a quick lesson I wanted us to do. You know, we are the people of the Lord, and we are waking up. You know, the scriptures say this gospel shall be preached throughout the end of the earth, and then shall the end come. And that is what we're starting to see. All right, this word getting pushed out more and more, and eventually that time is gonna come where, you know, Esau is gonna do his thing. Mark of the beast is going to be magnetory, which is the RFID microchip, and from there a prophecies just go and speed up just like that, you know. So this was just a little lesson I wanted to do. I'll close it off for now. I want to give all praises and all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom unto the elect.